Welcome to all. Today I will do 3 questions, 150, 151, 152, all exercise questions, small questions. See, I will tell question 150. As usual, all the questions, find I about xx and I about yy. Dimensions in millimeter, usual. See, this is a triangle. It is not given, so understood. You should write. That is, this and this both are equal, means this is isosceles triangle. Then, from here, a circular portion is cut out. The circular portion, see, if you see here, the diameter of circle is 50, given in the question. And where cut? From base, see, 30 above. This is question number 150. So, start, note. First, big sketch. See, this is what I will do is, I don't have to explain. Full triangle, I will take 1. Cut out, I will take 2. Yes, this you know it already. So, see now, correctly. Moment of inertia required about centroidal axis. So, first you have to locate xx and yy. Yy, you need not locate. Later, directly you can put yy. Only thing is, xx you have to locate using y bar. So, what you do? Take reference line here, baseline, AB. From AB, take y upwards and get y bar. You write all these things. A1, full triangle, half into 250 into 180. I wrote the answer here. A2, area of circle, pi by 4 of 50 square. A1 minus A2 will give total area. Then y distance. See, now one important. See, for the full triangle, see, height is 180. Don't see circle now. See here, full triangle. The height is 180. It's a note you have to make, 180 height. So its centroid, G1 will be 1/3 of 180, 60. See, and for the circular portion, from here they told how much? See, this they told how much distance here? 30. 30 plus another 50 by 2 is 55. So now from here to here is 30. From here to center of circle is 30 plus 25 is 55. That is G2. And centroid of the triangle is at what distance? 60. Means, see, 30, 25, little more. So here, G1 is, see, I wrote G1 here. Centroid of the triangle. G2, centroid of circle. Furthermore, I need not explain. So start now. Y bar, A1 y1 minus A2 y2 divided by total area, that is A1 minus A2, you will get y bar equal to 60.478. Okay, now I will remove everything now because why? All explained. All this I will remove because we can go for moment of inertia now. Okay, now one more thing I will do. I want some space here. So this question I will remove now, not required now. See, this all I can remove. E1 60.648, I will 60.478. I will forget later. 60.478. Okay. Start. Y bar. 60.478 means, see, 30 plus 25. How much it is? 55. Or 30 plus, this is, I already told you, 60. Centroid of triangle is 60. But we got 60.478. Therefore, centroid is slightly above. See, very slightly above. See, if I bring further down, what will happen? It will overlap. Okay. Manage somehow. XX. Okay. Okay, no problem. Don't bother about such small things. You write correctly. This is how much I told? 60.478. 60.478. From total is 180, subtract, you get this distance. 119.522 is that one. This is x axis. Okay? Okay, reasonably okay. Now, yy is, see, exactly here, yy. You don't have to locate yy by calculation. Directly, symmetry is there. Mark yy. Okay. Over. Now, Go for Ixx and Iyy. Okay. Start. I about xx. I write here. I about xx. Start. I about xx for 1. For 1. This I'll remove. See, first come to set. 1 is for triangle. First come to centroid of triangle. Axis passing to centroid parallel to x-axis, this axis. 250 into 180 cube. It is 250 into 180 cube divided by 36 is Ig plus area. Half into 250 into 180 is the area into, see, from centroid of triangle to xx, this distance square is 60.478 minus 1 by 3 of 180, that is to be squared over Ixx for 1. Then I about xx for 2. 2 is circle. First about its own axis. Pi by 64 of what is the diameter? 50 power 4. 50 power 4 plus pi by 4 of 50 square is the area into from centroid of the circle to xx 60.478. Very simple question. Minus, see, this we want g2 to xx. So this distance minus 30 minus 50 by 2. Minus 30 minus 50 by 2, that is to be squared. Calculate. Therefore, close the question. Right. I about xx for the entire or for the given lamina with the cutout is I about xx for 1 minus I about xx for 2. Okay. I about yy. Okay, leave it over now. Next. See, whenever I write steps actually, I won't write the answers here. Iyy. Start. Iyy for 1. First, for 1, about its own center of the axis. 180 into 250 cube. 180 into 250 cube divided by 48. Why 48? Very sorry. Too late. Plus half into 180 into 250 is the area into centroid G1 lies in the yy axis. Therefore, 0 square over. Then I about yy for 2. Circle. Pi into 50 power 4 by 64 Ig plus pi by 4 of 50 square is the area into once again 0 square. I will not explain now why 0 square all. If somebody gets doubt why 0 square is there, why he wrote 36 here, why you put 48 here, that means you have got a problem. You are not serious in studying. I cannot help such people. Very sorry, I will tell. Okay, over. Question number 150 over. Now 151. I will go for 151 now. This I will remove. Today I decided to record single stretch. No, I will do one thing. I write first. Otherwise, if I don't calculate first, what happens is, later what happens? Time is wasted. Okay, I will pause. Time saving. Now, question 151. Usual story you write, I required about centroid of the axis, therefore you have to locate G. See, what we will do is, see what we will do. We will take like this, one full rectangle, base 650, see here, base is 650. Then, height not given. Now some problem is there now, see now, you write the sketch once again. First you write the sketch, then you make a note here, see, if you want. See, this is the question given. Actually not required, you can make out. This is a question given. How? This way and this way. See. They told this is how much? out of scale. This is 400 out of scale. This is 650. And they told this is 140. 140. Now, see, this is a quadrant of a circle of radius r. Quadrant of radius r. So, r plus 400, r plus 400 equal to 650. You will get r equal to 125, or 650 minus 400 is 250. Divide by 2, you will get radius of 125. So that's why, see, radius 125, diameter 250, to quadrant return of little, not to scale here, little more, here little lesser. I think I should have brought it down. Okay, no problem. Such things need not bother too much. Okay. Then, okay, that's clear. Then further, see, this side required, this height required. Now this height equal to 140 plus the radius of 125. That's how I got 265. See, 265. This is, once again remember, such things are actually high school level mathematics. It is not technical part. Okay, now I can remove this one. Yes. Nothing there. Yes, that's over. This I should maintain. Oh, yes. Now, start. To locate centroid, remember, see, symmetry is there. So later, what you will do? YY, we will mark directly, without any calculation. Directly YY. If that is 650, each will be 325, 325. Direct answer. No calculation required. But XX you have to locate. To locate XX, see, to locate XX, you require what? You require Y bar. Take base reference line, AB. Take AB here. Take Y this way. I won't show it. You know it. Take Y this way. A1, 650 by 265. I wrote here. A2, pi by 16 of 250 square. A3 equal to A2. Okay. Y1, half of 265. Y2, 265 minus 2d by 3 pi. Y3 also same. Remember, 2 and 3 are cut out. Warning. Therefore, see, finally total area equal to A1 minus A2 minus A3. Y bar equal to A1 Y1 minus A2 Y2 minus A3 Y3. Y bar will come 119.298. From here to the center of circle, center of rectangle is how much? 265 by 2 is 132.5. We got 119. So somewhere here, see, somewhere little down. How much down not required? XX. G1. G1 not correct. 1. Now see. This distance is 119.298. From the total, from subtract, how much from 265, you will get 145.702. You will get from that side. Okay, now centroid is located. Happily find IXX, IYY. See now what to do. I will remove this one. Space. Today there is no space problem because short question. This I will remove. See now, calculation of IXX. That is the last question. One more is there. Calculation of IXX. Okay, start. IXX for 1. For 1. I about its own centroid of the axis is 650 into 265 cube. 650 into 265 cube divided by 12 is IG plus area. 650 into 265 is the area into from centroid of the rectangle to XX. This distance square is 145.702. 145.702 minus 265 by 2, that is to be squared, right, horizontally. Okay, IXX, get the answer. Then IXX for 2, any color will do, 2. See, I about its own axis, 0.00343 into diameter 250 power 4. IG plus area pi by 16 of 250 square is the area, space is not there, into from centroid to xx, this distance square, 145.702 minus this distance is 2 into diameter. How much diameter? 250. 2 into diameter divided by 3 pi whole square. Calculate. Then I for xx for 3, don't waste time, is equal to I for xx for 2. Why? See, because with respect to xx, 2 and 3 are symmetrically placed. Therefore, remember, lastly, final answer is ixx equal to ixx power 1 minus ixx power 2 minus ixx power 3. I should not tell all these things now. Okay, now Iyy. Start. Iyy for 1. About its own centroid axis. 265 into, how much it is? 650. 650 cube divided by 12, Ig, plus area. 265 into 650 is the area into centroid G1 lies in Yy into 0 square. Okay. Then Iyy for 2. 2 is first about its own centroid axis. Color 0.00343 into 250 power 4 pi d 0.00343 d power 4 plus area pi by 16 of 250 square area into from centroid G2 to Yy this distance square. See, for 1 0 square but not 0, 325. See, it is 325 minus this distance is 2 into diameter divided by 3 pi whole square. If this is not clear, you are not studying properly from my class, quit my class, that's all. Over. This is for question number 151. Lastly, sorry, forgot, right, Iyy for 3. Iyy for 3 is same as Iyy for 2. Iyy for 2. So final Iyy is Iyy for 1 minus Iyy for 2 minus Iyy for 3. Okay, over. Now the last question today. I think today's class is a very small class. Okay, this also I can remove. Very easy question actually. See, I'll remove everything now. Very, very easy. Reason you see later. 152. I'll remove everything now. Question number 152. I decided this, I don't have to locate centroid. Therefore, in front of you directly I will do it now. First, listen correctly what all I tell. See, this is this way. Quadrant, 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 quadrant. 4 quadrants are removed. So you take full rectangle as 1. How much here? This is 100. See, radius of, they told radius is 125. Other place not told means all the 4 corners radius is same 125. So 100 plus 125 plus 125. 100. I calculated for it. 100 plus 125 plus 125 is 350. So rectangle, this is 350. 350, little down I will put. Okay, space problem is not there. 350, 100, then 125, 100, again 125. Okay. Total how much? Total is 250. 250. That little blur. Okay. 250. Then down 160 plus 125 plus 125. So once again 125 here, down. How much here? See, same down here. How much here? Same down here. Both are same level. Then extra 160, little bigger. 160 more. Okay. 160 more. Then again how much? 125. Okay, don't bother too much about those. This is little more actually. Okay, somewhat to scale. Okay, otherwise it looks ugly. Okay, okay, no problem. See, I'll correct once again. Quadrant, quadrant, same size of quadrant here. Oh, little bigger required. Okay, okay, no problem. Okay, don't bother about those things. Quadrant, here I should extend the same line. Okay, okay, manage it. What is there? Okay, okay, all are symmetrical. See, over this total depth. Total depth is, I told how much it is? 160 plus 125 into 2, 410. 410. Okay. I will take this full rectangle as 1. This cutout is 2. This cutout is 3. This cutout is 4. This cutout is 5. Remember, 2, 3, 4, 5, all are cutouts. All are cutout. Okay. 2, 3, danger. 4, 5. Okay. Now, first centroid. See. Exact scale not maintained. Okay. Centroid is here. Other things are not required. See. This is centroid for which one? Full rectangle, G1. Then G2, G3. Here, G4, G5. Exact scale not maintained, no problem, understand correctly. G5. Now, this is G1, I don't know what is happening there. Okay, G1. Now, observe. This question, there is no need of finding x bar or y bar because symmetrical this way and also symmetrical this way. So right here, directly by symmetry, x will pass here. See, that's the advantage of this question. X will come here. So if you want distances here, this both will be 410 means 205, 205, half, 205, 205. And YY will pass exactly here. So no calculation required. Okay, somewhat okay, leave it. Actually, what happened is it small here. Okay, no problem. Such things, why bother about such things? As long as you study properly, it's okay. You see, again, it's getting spoiled. Okay, first of all, such things nobody should bother. Okay, why? Now, this distance and this distance both will be 250 means 125, 125. Okay, over. This is centroid G1 come G. Okay, now lastly, I have moment of inertia. Start. I about XX. I about XX calculation. See, I about XX for 1 equal to start about its own axis 250 into 410 cube 250 into 410 cube divided by 12 Ig plus area. Actually, you can do one thing. If you're wasting time, you can do directly on say Ixx right here. First for part 1 plus area. How much area? 250 into 410 is the area into centroid lies there 0 square. This is right here Ixx for 1. You write here. This is for 1. Then minus directly 4 times all the 4 are same. See, minus color part. I about XX here 0.00343 into diameter power 4. I forgot to write the diameter. Okay, one place write the diameter. I forgot diameter only now. What is diameter? What is the diameter there? I forgot about diameter only. 250, 125. This is not 250. See, 125 plus 125 is 250 plus 350. Oh, see, got it. This is 350. Oh, see, I was wondering how it is possible. Okay. Such things happen. It is 350. Why? 125, dia is 250. See, diameter is 250, but 125 plus 125, 250 plus 100 is there. Okay, print mistake. Change it now. 350 means 175. Okay, no problem. Somebody will be commenting earlier, sir made a mistake. Now we're correcting it. So, this it's not 250, the 350. See, 350 into 410 cube by 12 plus 350 into 410 into 0 square plus 0.000343 into diameter power 4. 250 power 4 Ig plus area. Pi by 16 of 250 square is the area into, see, I about xx. See, from G2 up to here, you consider G2, this distance square. 205 minus 2 into 250 divided by 3 pi whole square. Right here, this will give I about xx for, this is for 2, Then write I about xx for 3, for 4 and 5, all are same. So, final I is what? I about xx for 1 minus all these 4. So, directly you put minus sign here, multiplied by 4. So, from the rectangle moment of inertia, subtract moment of inertia of the 4 quadrants, single step. Okay, get the answer. I about yy. Start here, same way. I about yy. 410 into 350 cube. 410 into 350 cube by 12 Ig plus area. 410 into 350 is the area into 0 square. Why 0 square? Sorry, I cannot explain now. This is for 1. That much common sense required now. Minus I about yy here. 0.00343 into 250 power 4 plus Ig. You always use bracket plus area. Pi by 16 into 250 square is the area into, see, this distance square is 175 minus this distance once again 2 into 250 divided by 3 pi whole square. Whatever you get is complete answer. This is for 2, same for multiply by 4, or I about yy for 1 minus 4 times I about yy for 4. Make a note now. But see, in the question, they told this is how much? This is 100. And this one they told how much? 160, I think. See, you make a note afterwards. See, in the question, see, I'll put once again, just make a note. Okay. This they told 100, this they told 160. That's why 100 plus 125 plus 125 is 350. 160 plus 125 plus 125 is 410. By chance, if this also given 100 or this both are given 160, suppose 100 given, then this is 350, this also 350. Then you rotate by 90 degrees, no effect. In that case, your I about xx will be equal to I about yy. Remember, you don't have to calculate. Once you get I about xx, you can write Iyy equal to Ixx, but you can't do it because, see, different dimension. Okay. Solve the question. About that 250, I check once again now. Once the recording is over, I'll check it. By chance, if it is wrong, I will re-record or will put a correction there. Okay, that's all. Okay, I'm closing the class now because I told reason. Next, I will be uploading regular classes after coming back. Okay. Next time we will meet. Thank you.